Surtalogi, first introduced to us by Child's Master.
Oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale. Oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
But who exactly is Surtalogi? Apart from being Skirk's master, Surtalogi is also called the Foul. This could only mean one thing. Surtalogi is Timmy. Wait, what? It's foul and not foul? Alright then. Surtalogi is Dainsleif. According to Norse mythology, Surtalogi is the flame or the sword wielded by Surtur, the Jotun fire giant. Surtalogi is said to be the one that will engulf the world in flames in an event called Ragnarok. In Norse mythology, Ragnarok is a foretold series of future events which concludes with the burning of the old world and death of gods, eventually making way for the rise of a new, clean world. The energy of the dead gods and humans in Ragnarok is said to power the next cycle of the universe. In Genshin Impact, we have experienced a particular concept called the Samsara. In Yamiko's trailer,
But I thought you weren't ready to return to the cycle.
this cyclical concept was also introduced in Yamiko's birthday post last year.
The main character wakes up one day only to find himself stuck in a time loop and that he must find a way to break the cycle.
While this was presented to us as a simple idea for a light novel in Ye Publishing House, this is not just the case. Our journey in Teyvat could also be a cycle. Our twin, who has already completed the cycle and understood the true meaning of this world, wants us to do the same. The possibility is that the unknown god sent our twin 500 years in the past to the starting of a samsara cycle, while we woke up 500 years later. This possibility of cyclical events in Teyvat was also proposed as Renee's world formula in Fontaine. Maybe one day, just like Yamiko's light novel idea, our main character will also realize that they are stuck inside a time loop and that they too will have to find a way to break the cycle. But who or what causes this particular cycle? The Irminsul. The Irminsul contains and records information of everything and anything in Teyvat. It is said to be inspired from Yggdrasil, the world tree in Norse mythology. Now if you take a look at the image of a world tree, it eerily resembles the current state of Teyvat. The bubble atop the tree could be similar to the fake sky in-game. From the description of the primordial one or Phanes, it is said that Phanes, who was birthed from an egg, used the eggshell to separate the universe and the microcosm of the world. The all-devouring narwhal's description from the boss archives gives us enough proof that there are indeed universes outside of Teyvat. So this makes it possible that the eggshell which Phanes used to separate the universe and the microcosm of the world is indeed the fake sky covering Teyvat. This would also mean that the Irminsul was planted by the primordial one along with the fake sky to trap Teyvat in a never-ending samsara or cycle to prevent the people from finding out the real truth of this world. It is also possible that after the end of every samsara cycle, the Irminsul collects all the information and stores it within itself. That would explain why the Irminsul has information on our twin and not us, because our twin already completed the cycle. Now Ragnarok is the burning of the old world to make way for a new one. The description of the Shivada gemstone in-game is a conversation between the Saritsa and the jester Piero.
Sorry to also have you shoulder the grievances of the world. Since you could endure my bitter cold, you must have the desire to burn. Then burn away the old world for me.
In the Winter Night Lasso's trailer, Piero mentions the very same thing.
But Rosaline, I promise you, your final resting place will be the entirety of the old world.
Followed by Signora's Moth. burning away. Piero's plan is to burn away the old world and destroy Celestia. Or essentially, Piero's plan is to cause a Ragnarok and thus break the cycle Teyvat is trapped in. For this, they would have to burn the very entity causing the cycle, the Irminsul itself. This burning of the Irminsul was shown at the end of the Harbinger trailer, but nothing of that sort has ever happened in the game yet, because it shows what is yet to come. Now the Ragnarok event in Norse mythology also resulted in the burning of Yggdrasil, from which Irminsul is inspired. And the person who caused Ragnarok was Surtur. And in Genshin, the one who will cause Ragnarok will be Piero. Now before Surtur's sword became Surtalogi, it was called by another name, the Twilight Sword. And it is with this Twilight Sword that Surtur causes Ragnarok, which is also known as the Twilight of the Gods. And now in Genshin Impact there is one character who shares the same name, the Twilight Sword, and that character is Dainsleif. Just like how Surtalogi is the name of a sword in Norse mythology, so is Dainsleif. And interestingly enough, both Surtalogi and Dainsleif are called the Twilight Sword. The only difference is that in Genshin Impact, both Surtalogi and Dainsleif are not swords, but characters. Now both Piero and Dainsleif are from Kandria. Both of them were cursed with immortality, and both of them want to overthrow the gods and bring justice to their nation. So just like how Surtur's goal was to defeat the gods and destroy the world, Piero wants to defeat Celestia and destroy the old world. And just like how Surtur used the Twilight Sword's power Surtalogi, Piero will use the Twilight Sword's power, Dainsleif's power, the power from beyond. In the all-devouring Narwhal's boss fight, we see the veil breaking through the sky in which Child's constellation appears. In Teyvat, we know that constellations are stars that appear in the sky, so it seems that the veil is actually breaking through the fake sky. So if the veil does indeed have the power to break through the fake sky in Teyvat, doesn't it make sense that the veil's master, Surtalogi, should be able to wield the same power as well? And if the fake sky was indeed created by the Irminsul, which was created by the Primordial One, just like fighting fire with fire, couldn't it be possible that the power of the Irminsul itself will be able to destroy the fake sky? And now who in Genshin Impact has been rumored to have the powers of the Irminsul? The bowkeeper Dainsleif itself. And now in the cutscene where Skirk captures the all-devouring Narwhal, this object is what we finally see. This particular object is called the Lightless Eye of the Maelstrom, and we haven't seen it anywhere else in the game, except... And last but not the least, the reason why Skirk's master is insufficiently famous could be because nobody knows the name Surtalogi. The only name they know is the Twilight Sword, Dainsleif.
But you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the all-devouring Narwhal without using power from beyond this world.
We will defy this world with a power from beyond.